10:17 on Monday morning, the granite beneath Bukit Brown rang like a temple bell. Wei felt the note through his boots. All around him, the worksite went quiet. The note faded. A reversing lorry sounded above the shaft. Water ticked into a drain and somebody's phone played 3 bright notes. Wei kept his palm against the stone, waiting for another vibration. None came.
Kill the power.
Power's already off.
Stone doesn't sound like that. Everybody back.
We're already 9 days late. Geotech cleared this yesterday.
And yesterday it wasn't ringing.
His monitor showed no pressure spike and no seismic event. Wei checked it twice, then looked at the 4 cracks enclosing a section of granite as large as a double door. If he stopped the site now, every lost hour would carry his name. Wei had built a career on not panicking. 3 years earlier, he had waited 4 minutes too long while his younger brother lay trapped behind concrete. Now he asked for a bore camera because he needed proof before he stopped the site. He knew exactly what that delay could cost. His phone held an unfinished reply about taking his mother to the polyclinic. Below it sat a photograph of incense burning before his brother's memorial tablet. Wei had asked for 4 more minutes once before. A man had died while he was being careful.
Dad, this isn't on the survey.
CT, get behind the rope.
Everyone heard him. Tools down. Move.
For 3 seconds, the crew moved exactly as trained. City folded her tripod. Hafiz sent the slurry team towards the ramp. Arul pulled the cutter operator back by one shoulder. Then the whole rectangle of stone slid inward without breaking. The same message opened in front of all 43 people. A few reached for their phones. The rest simply stared. Cold air rolled from the opening, carrying salt, wet soil, and a sweetness that made Wei's teeth ache. The work lights dimmed. Every phone chimed at once. Chia turned his screen sideways, as though the words might make sense from another angle.
Don't push. One at a time.
There's ladders giving way.
CT!
And the pole came from the opening. Arul shoved 2 workers clear and disappeared beneath the falling stone. City was on the other side when the slab struck. After the dust settled, something metal scraped across the darkness where she had been. A prompt opened in Wei's vision ward. It showed him the failing ladder, the weight of the slab, and where the next impact would land. Colourless jelly spilled onto the slope and broke into fist-sized bodies. One landed on a worker's glove. The fabric began to smoke. Men surged towards the single ladder, and its damaged anchor started to peel away from the wall.
Accept.
Aisha was there for an emergency readiness inspection. That morning she had complained about the stretcher turn. Now she pointed to the failing anchor, sent burns to one side and bleeding to the other, and gave the crowd one instruction at a time.
Hafiz, take the ladder. Nobody moves until you call them.
You heard him. One at a time. I counted 43 coming in. I'm counting 43 out.
The pause gave Wei room to count 37 people still moving, 1 damaged ladder, Prakash under the slab, and no sign of Arul or City. Pale lines crossed his vision, showing him where every load was pulling.
Don't lift it yet. Do that now. And he bleeds out, leave it too long and it crushes him. Get me a jack. 2 people who can follow instructions in 4 minutes.
1 jack. That's all. Then that's what we use. Rafiq, hold them back. Mira, stay on the wall. Aisha, keep Prakash alive.
The ward rose in front of the ladder. Each creature that struck it left a web of blue fractures and drove the remaining force through Wei's wrists. His boots ground into the concrete, but the ladder stopped moving.
We're not leaving anyone down here.
Rafiq hooked a creature away with a length of conduit. It began eating through the steel towards his hands. A prompt offered him more force than his shoulder could safely carry. Another offered Aisha a way to take part of an injured man's pain into her own body.
These aren't decorations. I can read 4 of them: hold, witness, mend, enter.
Can any of them get Prakash out?
I don't know yet.
I need something we can use.
That is something. I know what they do. I don't know what they want.
Mira knew the scars old walls collected: water stains, root growth, chisel marks, rushed repairs. What she saw matched none of them. These lines crossed from old granite into concrete poured 8 months earlier without changing course. Whoever built the new wall had poured around them. Mira traced one line into the newer concrete. It didn't stop at the join. The open palm brightened beside Wei's ward. The divided eye answered a knock from behind the stone. A hooked line followed the green path through Asia's arms, while the broken circle shifted whenever the slab moved.
Way. When I say now, drop the left quarter of the ward. The broken circle isn't a door. It changes where the weight goes.
Call it.
Now.
Hafiz took the jack. Asya kept 2 fingers on Prakash's pulse. Rafik drew the hound away with the rail spike, and Mira watched the marks for the change. Way waited for her voice. For a moment, the ward carried the slab's weight. They dragged Prakash clear as the hound tore through the weakened barrier. The last workers reached the ramp. Way let the ward fall only after Hafiz called the ladder empty.
Where is my daughter?
Mrs. Go. We're still checking the list.
Our rule's there. City isn't. Don't tell her the list balances.
Hafiz counted them again, this time by name. 41 people had made it out. Arul lay beneath a sheet beside the triage tent. City was not among the injured and not with the dead. She was simply missing.
Your digital record is missing 11 minutes.
Copy yours. More than once.
Mr. Han, you're injured. You don't run this scene.
I'm not directing it. Mrs. Go is...
Every official device had lost the same 11 minutes around the breach. Mira's analog recorder still had them. Beyond the Rain Street privacy screens, a concrete truck waited with its drum turning and its chute already unfolded.
47 minutes before the scene closes.
Mira lifted the contrast on the camera's final image. Dust filled most of the frame, but a human hand pressed out of the darkness. The divided eye mark shone at the wrist. Zara saw the hand and stopped listening to anyone who called City missing.
Then that truck goes through me first.
Authorities confirm a contained industrial accident. The public is advised to avoid speculation.
At 11:42, while City was still trapped beneath Bukit Brown, the official story became a contained industrial accident. The bulletin said nothing about the creatures, the shared messages, Arul's death, or the waiting concrete truck. At the hospital, surgeons were trying to save Prakash's arm. His wife asked Aisya to stop using the word stable unless she also explained what it hid.
Don't tell Anjali he's stable. Tell her surgery has started. There's blood flow to his hand, and we still don't know about the nerves.
You can feel what he feels.
Some of it. The shock, mostly. I'm not healing him.
The green link carried part of Prakash's shock into Aisya. When the surgeons moved his arm, pain tightened beneath her ribs, and numbness spread through her fingers. Prakash still needed surgery. Aisya was only giving his body somewhere else to put the strain.
Lock the oxygen cage. Send the families through imaging. Keep the main corridor clear.
Aisya saw the residue under the loading bay door and started moving people before anyone asked why. And the corrosive residue crept beneath the loading bay doors. Aisya cleared the blind corner, moved the families away from the main corridor, and had the oxygen cage locked. By the time the alarm sounded, the route was already changing.
This link moves the damage. It doesn't remove it. Farah, write down everything I take on. If I stop making sense, cut the link.
Even if you tell me not to.
Especially then.
Farah asked what Aisya could feel heat in one hand, numbness in 2 fingers, pressure behind the eyes. She wrote down each answer. If Aisya became confused or stopped answering, Farah would cut the link whether Aisya agreed in that moment or not. The pain left the patient in pieces. Some of it settled in Asia's arms, some behind her ribs. Nothing vanished. The last creature collapsed against a concrete pillar. Nobody cheered. Porters checked the oxygen bottles. Nurses counted patients again. Farah compared the fresh marks on Asia's arms with the notes she had made before the link.
Clinical note. Corrosive organism observed at Bukit Brown and at the Tan Tock Seng loading bay. Multiple staff reported the same visual interface. Add this to Prakash Nair's incident record.
Doctor, take out organisms and interface. We can't verify either term until the ministry reviews this.
Then mark them unverified. Don't remove what we saw.
The administrator offered different words: unverified entity, apparent interface, unknown mechanism. Aisha accepted the uncertainty and kept the observation. Once the note entered Prakash's record, the truck at Bukit Brown could not pour without destroying evidence tied to a patient.
Her husband's in surgery. Mrs. Nair is not a press opportunity. Clear the corridor.
Director Hardy arrived without an entourage. He moved the cameras, closed the privacy screen, and only then came to speak to Aisya. The Hardy had already moved the cameras away from Prakash's family and closed the privacy screen behind them. Aisya could see why people trusted him. He solved the immediate problem before asking her to accept the larger one.
Dr. Amon, your note stopped the pour. It also turned every patient in this building into part of a national security investigation.
CT Go was already part of it.
Her chance of surviving below the seam is under 12%.
As Hadi left the number on the screen between them, Asya turned the tablet face down. 12% was a forecast, leaving City below the seam was a decision. She wanted him to say which one the government was making.
Then say it plainly. You're choosing not to send anyone down. Don't hide behind the number.
That puff colour, it fits.
Because I never told you that name.
No, you didn't.
Their path collar was the name the interface had shown only to Isia. It was not in her note or the public statement, and she had never said it near Hardy. Yet he had spoken it without hesitation, as if he had been waiting to see who would answer to it. Back at Bukit Brown, the seam was still open and City was still below it. Isia could no longer believe this had begun with one moving wall. Hadi had known the name Pathkala before she spoke it. The question followed her into the silence. How long had he known?
Thing 41 came out. My daughter is still down there.
That's not an echo. She's answering us.
Whatever came through that wall is using my roots.